This is David and welcome to Btekt. This video is sponsored by Direct Mobiles. Check out their deals at directmobiles.co.uk. You know, I can't wait to see the new 2020 flagship phones from Samsung, from Apple, from Huawei. But here's the thing, I don't really like waiting. I want to see them now. Some of this amazing new tech isn't out for months, so I wanted to find out a way that we could get in there early so we could visualize what these things are going to feel like right now. Okay, so the idea is that I get the most credible, trustworthy information from all kinds of sources around the internet to work out what the new phone is going to look like, what kind of new features it's going to have, functionality, etc. Then I build a 3D model and do a little bit of editing magic to make it look like I'm actually using the phone when it's really just a 3D model. If you're up for that, then join me, sub to Btekt. You're really going to love seeing what we do with these future phones. Right, I just wanted to get that in there because with my last video, which was a similar video to this, it was a cheeky hands-on with the Google Pixel 4a. Well, it got a lot of hate, too much hate in fact, and I think it was my fault. I should have been more clear in my titling. But I promise guys, I will make it much more clear in the future. Anyway, on with today's video, and we've all seen the recent leaks from XDA developers showing the Galaxy S20 Plus in a real-life hands-on video, where we get a very brief look at the front and the back of the phone. XDA also leaked a few new wallpapers which will come pre-installed with the Galaxy S20 Plus. They left a link on Twitter to a zip download file, and I will leave that link in the description as well. But I thought I would use these wallpapers and give my previous model of the S20 Ultra a little bit of a tweak so we can have a virtual look at what the wallpapers will look like on the S20 Plus. So the S20 Plus will sit in the middle of the range of the upcoming Galaxy phones, and we've recently seen a leaked spec sheet thanks to my smart price for all three of the phones, which give us plenty of juicy detail about the upcoming devices. Now you might have noticed that my model seems to have 5 camera lenses on the back, but it seems like we're only going to get 4 cameras. In my defense, I did base my model on the leaked video showing off the S20 Plus from XDA developers, and you have to admit it kind of does look like it has 5 lenses, but it must just be a piece of dust. But anyway, we're getting 4 cameras for the S20 Plus and the S20 Ultra, and 3 cameras for the regular S20. S20 will have a 6.2-inch display with a resolution of 1440 by 3200, a pixel density of 563 ppi, and a refresh rate of 120 Hz. Although it's said that you won't be able to use the full resolution with the 120 Hz refresh rate at the same time. A 10 megapixel front camera is placed inside the screen cutout, which does look to be the smallest screen cutout that we've ever seen. This camera will be able to shoot 4K video at up to 60 frames per second. Around the back, we're getting a 12 megapixel main sensor, a 64 megapixel with a telephoto lens, and an additional 12 megapixel sensor, which will be used with the ultra wide angle camera. The rear camera will support 8K video recording at up to 30 frames per second and have a 3x optical zoom. S20 will also carry a 4000 mAh battery with 25 watt charging capacity. Not bad at all for the regular S20. But when it comes to the S20 Plus, well, there really isn't too much difference apart from the size. It will have a massive 6.7-inch display with the same resolution as the smaller S20. It will also have the same camera system as the S20 with the 12-64-12 configuration, but it should have the addition of a time-of-flight sensor, giving the camera much better depth perception. And other than that, a slightly bigger battery at 4500 mAh, and that's pretty much it. Both will have 128 gigs of native storage, expandable up to 1 terabyte, and have IP68 water and dust certification. Moving on to the Ultra, again using the same screen technology with the same resolution and refresh rate, but this time with a 6.9-inch display and 511 pixels per inch. Inside that tiny cutout should be the best selfie camera we've ever seen, a 40 megapixel unit, also with 4K video recording at 60 frames per second. But that is nothing compared to what they've put on the rear. A 108 megapixel main wide angle camera, a 48 megapixel telephoto camera with a 10x optical periscope style zoom, or as the very latest leaks are saying, a space zoom. There will also be a 12 megapixel sensor for ultra wide angle shots and a time of flight sensor. Samsung are going to be really hard to beat this year with their camera tech. The spec sheet has no indication on how much RAM any of these handsets will have, but the internal storage for the Ultra will be a 128GB version or a 512GB version, and it will have a 5000 mAh battery. All these handsets are scheduled for release at the Galaxy Unpacked event on the 11th of February, so just a few weeks away now. Of course, as soon as we get the real deal in the studio, we will have full reviews and comparisons, so make sure that you're subbed so you don't miss out. We're properly excited about these devices, and of course you know the best place to go and pick one up will be the Direct Mobiles website. Here you can compare all of the UK deals with all of the UK networks all in the one place for the Galaxy S20 series and pretty much any phone you can think of. Plus they have over 24 years of award-winning customer service, so you're in very good hands. Check in the video description below for a link or search directmobiles.co.uk. There is also a link down there to all the best tech and accessories which are all recommended by us, the Btekt Amazon shop. It's well worth checking out. And that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, then make sure you sub and smash the like button for me. Follow me on social media. My name's David, this is Btekt.